Attention, attention, attention. This is the Tao Net A of the day. I am your net controller, Teen number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo. If you're around and would like to check in, please come in with your call sign phonetically. Reminder to all that the net is being recorded for training purposes. You may begin.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha. Alpha.
Ticket number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
More check-ins. More check-ins. People need reminder online, maybe. Check in, check in, check in. Check in, check in, check in. Hello, hello. Anybody home? Nobody answer the phone. Check in, check in. This is 1 p.m. Official call out. Tao Net A, check in. Check in.
Ticket number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Ticket number 2, Delta November Golf.
Okay, at least we have the normal 2. Okay, let's begin. So, lots of things going on this morning. Okay, well, let's start off with my personal story that I have talked about, in case you missed it. So, another lesson with the Celestial Medic. Most people are so into the pulse reading, but you know what? If you have to do the pulse reading and you found the problem, it means that you are being hit and it penetrated already. So what happened was, last night, as usual, our AC, air conditioning, is down. So we have to open the balcony door to sleep, or else it gets so hot. And then, the problem is, around like 4 something, it was like very cold. So what I did was I have a thing that like a belt, and I wrap it around my belly area, so in case my blanket is off, I can still have something to secure that spot, and I'm not going to be blown. So the cold chi is not going to enter from that spleen or stomach area. However, the problem comes. I woke up around 4 something, and I was like, oh my God, it's so cold. The cold chi actually created a problem. So I started having a mild cough and some symptoms like a runny nose, right? So I was like, oh shit, what happened to me? It's so cold. So I thought the cold chi already entered the lung because it's from the neck area. So I measured my pulse. I was like, my lung is fine. Nothing happened, right? So yeah, the lung chi is fine. and there's no problem. So when you measure the pulse, there's no problem. That means the problem or the threat is actually on the outside. So, I get it. So the coachee tried to enter, but it didn't yet. So what happened is the body is doing things, trying to get rid of the problem before it enters. So there are like symptoms like cough, sneeze, runny nose, all that stuff. It's the lung trying to protect the system. So what I did, I get up, I took the woodlock oil, which is a wind dissolving or pushing the wind away kind of oil. So yeah, I put it on my throat, my lower neck, right, and also some on the chest. And then I did some qigong, the 6 sound. I choose sound number 5 for the lungs. I did a few times, and all the things are gone. No more coughing, no more sneezing, no more anything, right? And yeah, after a hot shower, all that stuff is 100% clear. So that teaches you a lesson, because when the problem is still on the surface, you got to deal with it. Or else, like if you're like a normal Western person, right? Oh, I wake up with a cough, with a headache, I just let it be, and I just go out and go to work. And as you go to work, right, you walk out to the car, you get blown because it's getting cold, right, in the morning. And then all that negative, all the yum hey, right, the cold chi enters you and pushes everything into your lung. And now you are onto what they call the seasonal flu or seasonal cold. Oh, yeah, it's the cold season. Everyone gets sick. It's not a season, it's people being stupid. So you get sick because you don't understand the symptom and you let it be. And then you go to work without like dealing with all that crap. And then it enters you and you got hit. And because lots of people are being hit, so it becomes a season of flu because people are stupid. So once you understand this, no more flu for you. Okay, let's move on. Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. It's very hello to everybody on the net, and Shadran Gijang, everyone else listening. Please come in and or announce that you're listening. That'll be helpful. Very good success. Congratulations on that. Handling that wind issue. And yes, I don't know why that happens. A seasonal allergy like spring and fall. There's this thing that goes around and they, pump it up by telling people, oh, you got to go get a shot. It's time the flu shot. And you get that thing, right? And or encouraged to go get something that's never been effective. So I'm wondering though, I understand that woodlock, I use it for a different purpose, but it's considered a wind pushing type of solution. Why is that wind pushing? Why is it wind penetrating or something else? And why not use the chest or the head rather than the throat to apply the woodlock? Since it's lung, I thought, well, okay, lung might be chest, but or head because runny nose, right? But throat instead. So that's my question for today. Thank you. Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Okay. First of all, the woodlock oil, when you put it on yourself, right, it has a cooling, but also it can heat up, like it slowly heat things up. It moves chi. So it has like that property, moving the chi, right? You can also do without it. Like if I don't have woodlock oil, what I will do is I will rub that spot until it's hot. So you also move the chi as well. But using the woodlock oil is like a shortcut, right? Faster. The woodlock oil, when you know the threat. Like, where is the threat, right? So I have been like exposed to the cold air, the cold chi. Cold chi is water element, right? So that's why it's cold, and it has the property of going down and into you. So when this cold chi is trying to penetrate, where is it? So you look at the body, right? So my tummy is okay, it's covered. So the other way in is from the top, and my top is cold, like it's exposed. The collar, right, like I'm wearing t-shirt, so he has like a V kind of neck, so it shows more flesh, right? So that spot is being blown, and you have the cold chi there. So you rub the woodlock oil there to move the chi so that it dissolve and didn't condense into one spot. When the chi is dense, like they're heavy enough, it will go into your system. So you don't want that to go into your system. Then you kind of break it up to dissolve it, make it like spread out. Then it's like lighter weight, and then it will dissolve away. So that's why you don't put it on the head because there's nothing going in the head. Uh, you're just like worried that the cold chi entered the lung system, and so where's the lung system in the body map, right? So you rub the thing on top of the system to not let it go down. There you go. Yeah, the flu shot is stupid. Uh, well, yeah, in the spring it's wet, right? Rain all the time. So the damp chi is the killer. Usually damp and coldness. And then in the fall is the dry and coldness. Both of them is the cold chi issue, bringing in the dry or damp chi into you, and that will make you sick. Anyway, ticket number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India. I'd like to greet everybody in the net and such on Kitang. Uh, I must say that this week didn't turn out the way I planned it because of the disappointment yesterday. Tried to talk my wife into getting initiated, and then she refused. So was very upset. So, but I'm feeling okay today. I'm fine. So, uh, yeah, that is out of the way. But at least now I'm feeling so much better. I did pick up my strength. I didn't have enough stuff to do. I was supposed to be there by my mother's. There was a meeting. There's a meeting already that is taking place. Family meeting. They have a gathering there. I don't know what it is, but I couldn't attend it because I want to be in the net tonight. So I told them that I'm gonna make time to listen to what they were gonna say later on. So yeah, decided to participate today. Yes. Uh, there is something that is coming out of my mind that I need to ask. I remember a couple of years back, I used to have a situation where I was doing a lot of exercises, especially Tai Chi and Qigong. Yes. The, as a result, my body was always warm. I don't know what was the cause. I couldn't eat ice, anything that is cold at that time. But I'm fine now. I can eat it now at this moment. If I do eat something cold, I will get sick very quickly, and the drop of rains. They were also a problem, especially after exercise. Any drop of rain, it's even a tiny rain, it will make me sick very quickly. If I maybe during exercise suddenly it rained, I will get sick. I'm wondering what will be the cause of all that. Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India, back to you.
Very simple. Okay. Whoever teach you the exercise guided you the wrong way. So you harm yourself by doing it. The more you do it, the more depleted you are. So you're like empty out, like the inside is empty. So anything from the outside that is bad for you, it will shock the system and then you will get sick. So, yeah, basically, in other words, you have used up your resources inside. So you are empty. Uh, that is what happened. Um, yeah, it's exercise is not equal to good health, you know? When the person teaching you don't know what they're doing or the type of exercise is wrong, and they don't know about your health before they teach you, or they don't even know about how to teach, it will lead to a disaster. Um, Exercise doesn't mean good health at all. Yeah, like you can be not doing exercise and you can still have good health, right? So, yeah. Why are you doing that exercise? If you think it's for health, there's got to be a problem. um, Exercising, there are many different ways. There are ways that will burn. There are ways that uh, help you to nourish, right? So there are so many ways to do exercise. So yeah, when the approach is wrong, you end up depleting too much. And also, it has to do with your diet as well. Like if you exercise but you don't eat well, so you're spending money and you're not having any income. Eventually, you break, right? So yeah, like people who think they're like on a diet and then eat very little or eat very like weird stuff and then they do exercise. It's not going to work. Eventually, you break down. Um, some people think, oh yeah, you have to be on a diet, like eat less, right? Or even fasting. Wow, and you go do exercise, it's going to kill you. So yeah, so many weird um, stuff out there. Tier number two, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Teammate number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Apologies for the lateness, Adlan. Got it to my seniors and my juniors. And yes, I saw your message, your story in the big room today about the coolness and stuff. And I've seen that as a common theme with a lot of Chinese culture that they, especially around winter time, they avoid a lot of the coolness. They tend to wear their jackets with inside of their house and they want to keep as warm as possible. So and I didn't know what the woodlock or the particular oil you were talking about. It sounds very, very practical. It sounds like something we all should have in our cabinet in case anything should pop up. And the concept of how the coldness come in. I know heat usually leaves your head and your feet from the little bit that I know about the anatomy. Um, I, I mean, actually, I know just from this series alone, I know a lot more about the celestial anatomy than the actual physical anatomy, which is a lot more practical actually. And but just from the physical aspect, I know heat leaves your feet and your head, but you said that you were covering your neck and your belly. I was wondering how those things, well, maybe you can explain the concept of it and how the chi is getting into those aspects of your body. Is it actually penetrating your physical body, or is the chi, the coolness of the chi actually affecting, well, no, well, obviously it's affecting your celestial organs, but is it actually going into your actual physical DA flesh body? Uh, I was wondering about that. I don't know if you mentioned it before, but I do know you were just going through the things that you did and the qigong. You said you did the qigong, which is pretty good. The different songs as well, and I just realized that there are many different forms of cutting. I thought the cutting was the video that I usually do. But just looking at the videos with the butterfly sword, I realized that is another form of cutting. And is that also a form of qigong as well with the butterfly sword, or is that just cutting as well? Back to you, number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
First of all, catting is just like kung fu addiction disease. So any qigong, any kung fu martial art combined is catting. So yeah, it's definitely not just that video you're tagging along. That's like my warm up stuff. Um, yeah. So no, that's very little. Okay. Catting, we have a lot of things. You look at my house, I have lots of weapons. So I have a A-B schedule. Like on day one, like Monday, I do one schedule. Tuesday is another schedule, and then it repeats like that. So there's a lot of stuff. There are different kinds of martial art forms and stuff like that, and qigong. So many things. But you don't need to do everything every day. Like sometimes you want to, like you have the need to do more of this, then you can also do that. About the code and code chi and stuff. No, the hot chi don't go into you. Right? When the hot chi is outside, it makes you release, like you sweat, right? Yeah. So if it's too hot, what happened is the hot chi has the property of like um making your chi come out. The cold chi, it goes into you, right? It's like a yin and yang, right? Like both is different direction. So we only need to deal with the penetration of the cold chi because it's going to sink into us. Okay. And no, I don't wear a stupid jacket in the house. Okay, that's crazy. That means your house is already too cold, right? In the house, I'm always on that Chinese top that you see, and my bottom is always like wearing shorts that I day life looking like that. So yeah, I don't wear a jacket inside the house. Crazy. Um, but the cold chi issue, right? The cold chi is basically water element chi in five element. Okay, so water element sinks down and goes in and goes deep into your D6. So through your body, right, it pushes the chi in, and first of all, it clashes with the chi that you're manifesting outward. So usually our chi is like burning outward when we are awake, right? Like when we are alert, awake, doing, or you're working out, like that's why you feel warm and hot outside. But while we're sleeping, our body is not like that. We cool down. So the positive soul is thin and weaker when we are sleeping. So it is very easy for the cold chi to like penetrate through that layer of the wall. And once it does, it goes into our D6 and then it starts harming the celestial organ, the chi inside. So it's very dangerous. But if you're like awake, moving around, sweating, you are now outputting your positive soul is burning and active, then you have the power to reject and repel the chi that is trying to come in. Okay, so that's why, like, if you're very active and always like doing stuff in the cold, it's fine. But if you're like sleeping and then you're exposed to the cold, it can get into you. And into means into your D6. Okay, hot chi, they don't do that. They make you release. So if you release too much, that's a problem, right? Like if you sweat too much, get hot too much, you release too much, then the inside is hollow. When the inside is hollow, you become weak, right? There's no juice inside. You become weak. So when you're weak, you're like kite. Why am I exercising? And then after exercising, I feel like I'm a noodle, right? Because you got hollowed out. That's why. Tina number 2, Delta November Golf.
Tinya tambah tu dia tanah pembogok. Ya John. I think I kind of like a Kai before. I think it's the same. A little bit it's already being like that. But I think not because of the problem is because before when I was a vegetarian and eating too much raw food and most of the coal like that. I think it's a causing a problem, and always like a sneezing and sometimes like a rash like that, like allergy coming out. It's I think it's a cold, and then always feeling like cold. Not even like not winter time. I sometimes it's cold. I'm wearing a sock. like like what? It's I think that's why. I think it's the food when I'm eating is not it's not correct. And the body is too cold and causing any problem. And yeah, the sneezing always all the time and running nose like that. I think right now it's getting better, but I still need to do to maintain like maybe um, eating like a more like warm and hot food and drink, and also move the body. Uh, what is your suggestion if like the chi call already go down to like the kidney? Because if already sometime I got a sometime I'm waking up or in the middle of the night, like most of the time. I think it's because there's a negative kidney have a problem. Yeah, back to you, net control. Signal number 2, Delta November Golf.
First of all, for your issue, um, always feeling cold like that on the body, the root is the problem in the spleen, right? Your spleen is very weak when you eat the raw and cold food all the time. So if you're like that, it will kill the spleen. The spleen is actually the thing that give you the positive soul, right? It stores the positive soul chi. So if you don't have the positive soul chi, then your body feels weak and cold and no power. So for those cases, uh, like your spleen is also going to affect the lung, and then the lung goes down to the kidney. So the kidney is already like it's like the ending. So the problem is a way back issue with the spleen. There's a method you can try, which is you take a cup of red wine and then you heat it up. Yeah, you can like warm up the red wine. So you drink it warm. So it's sweet, right? The red wine is sweet and it has a tiny bit of bitter. So it goes into the heart and the spleen. And because you're not drinking it like cold, you drink it warm, right? So it has the property of nourishing the spleen, and it's going to go in the spleen and help. It is also a good idea to work on. I don't know if you know how to make, but you may be knowing. Chinese, they have lots of like dessert that is like soup type. Like um, they make like the sago, um, the yam or the sweet potato, things like that. Yeah, those are good. Like make some sweet dessert and eat them at night, like after dinner. It will help a lot, especially if you do like ginger sweet potato, like the yam, and then cook with the long stick of brown sugar. They call that yellow sugar, I believe. It's like they sell it in a pack with many like vertical blocks. It's very hard. I don't know what it's called in English, but yeah, it's like those things, right? Or the rock sugar. Yeah, something sweet like that will do, especially in water form. That will help a lot. Once your spleen is warm again and having the fire, your lung is going to be better and the kidney is going to have power to get rid of the cold. Yeah. So start with the spleen and work your way into the other parts. Okay. Anyone else want to check in? Please come now. nobody. Okay, tier number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. I'm noticing a pattern here where the spleen and the heart and the lung all seem to have problematic, frequent problems where it gets exhausted and then manifests into various illnesses and different types of things that show up on and in the body. Is there such a thing as inflammation? I hear a lot of that in today's language and so-called medicine. Oh, you have to you detox the inflammation in your body. What is that? I mean, sometimes I see, I think that I'm confused about that word and how it applies. So maybe there's something to that word or something that isn't necessarily described correctly. What is inflammation? Can we get a better explanation on that? Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Okay. So the symptom of inflammation is, you see, is bloating and it's getting hot. Right? Like if you touch it, it gets hot. Right? It gets red. So the chi is at the fire status and it's trying to manifest, but it cannot. So the fire chi is clogged at the fire and cannot finish. Or you can say it's exhausted and then like the fire keep going, but it has nowhere to go. So you got yipped up over there. So yeah, when you have a spot that is overworking, over pumping chi, right? And the chi is kind of stuck, then you have what we call inflammation. So yeah. Well, you have to yeast the way for things to come out so that the blood doesn't clog up. And you can also cool it so that it doesn't keep pushing into the same spot. Both can be done. But why are you having inflammation, right? So that's the question. There's a good metaphor. They say like Western medicine is like this. What's your symptom? Oh, I feel like this. I feel like this. Okay, here's the medicine. That's Western medicine. They look at your symptom and they grab a box of pills and say, okay, this pill for this pill for that, right? Like, oh, what do you feel? Headache, cough, right? Pain, stomach ache, cannot poop. And they just like put all the symptoms into the machine and they have the pills for the symptoms. They pick one out of many and okay, here you go. That's Western medicine. They don't care why you have a headache. Like it doesn't matter. That's called pain. I give you a painkiller. It kills the pain. Right? They don't care. Why does it happen? I don't know. Who cares? You try this. If it doesn't work, come back. That's what happened with Wing, right? For us, the celestial medic or even Chinese medicine, which is supposed to be like this. What's your problem? What's your symptoms? Oh, I have headache. My thing is feeling like this and that. Okay, let me check why you are feeling like that. Oh, you're having a headache because the chi is stuck at the lung. Oh, you're having this pain because the spleen is weak or there's too cold. Like we look at why. So after we know, okay, your spleen is too cold, let me warm it up. Your lung chi is not moving, so let me move it, and then it will move again. Then the pain is going to be dissolved. That's why. So you see, Western medicine, no, they're not like that. Okay, yeah, it's kind of like this. You have some kind of bug running around and it's chewing up your toes, right? So you go to the doctor. The Western medicine is like, oh, the toes have issue, infection. You need to chop the toes. The Chinese doctor is like, oh, yeah, it's because you have something eating your toes, crawling around. Okay, bring this home, put it there, kill the insects. Now you have no more issue. Then we deal with the toes later. Right? Like the mindset is so different of how we look at sickness. So there we go. Team Jet number 2, Kilo Alpha India.
Chart number 2, Kilo Alpha India. Learning today that is very difficult to do exercises like Qigong and the other Tai Chi stuff that without having the knowledge. But it's to me, I that's what I keep on telling you that like when you meet people like then they say they are teachers, you tend to trust and there's not a lot of information. Like for example, if you go to class, they don't give you too much information like the necessary information like that like I'm learning today like as you were saying like you meet the wrong teachers and stuff like that. It's very hard to know whether this person is doing the right stuff when you are approaching them because in fact even in the class there's not a lot to learn. You're just doing the forms and stuff. There's not a theory, something like a theory that could help you understand exactly what you are doing. You understand? They don't get into depths. Uh, uh, I'm struggling to understand why they don't get into depths like the way you did explain, like so that you don't end up getting uh, hurt by what you are doing. You understand? So it's very, very, very hard to get kind of information that you will, so that you will understand exactly what you are doing when you are practicing. Tenet number 2, Kilo Alpha India. Back to you.
Ah, like Chung said yesterday online, everyone is like holding a little match or a lighter in the dark room trying to look at things and they don't see anything and then they're like, let me teach you. Well, yeah, it is hard to find someone that actually knows what they're doing. It is indeed. So we have to, you know, try what we have here. Think about it. There were some people who realized that, oh, this place have the good stuff, and they left. They gave up. Like how stupid can you be? You have a bunch of health issue. You want to fix your problem. You're about to, and then you quit. Like how stupid can you be? So yeah, just remember, do not give up. So you don't become that stupid one. Then everything else, it will just get better over time as you learn, right? Even things as simple as drinking water. There's like a thing people say, you have to drink a lot of water. Every day, drink more water, drink more water, drink more water. It's good. Is it really good? No, it's not. Do you know that water has a negative property to it? Right? Five element water helps you bring chi down, right? So if your chi is not moving down to the next department, drinking water is good. Okay, it helps you move things downward so it can go down from one to another department. It's good, but it depends on what kind of water. How do you prepare it? What is the chi from the water? What does it do? Right? Like if you drink water itself, there's many ways. You can drink it out of the tap water, like no cooking. So that's gold element chi. You can drink cold water, like ice water, cold water. That's water chi. That's more negative. You can drink boiled water, like hot water, or warm water. You can drink distilled water. It's very different. Distilled water is the wood chi. You see how it does? It boils and you're drinking like almost like the water that goes upward and then it becomes the water droplet and then you use the fan and then lead it back into the container. So it's wood chi. It goes up, right? The still water has more nourishing and positive property to warm the system. So it's not that negative in nature. Boil water, however, is more like hot, right? So they are hot water has a property of helping you to manifest the chi outward. And if you drink water that is like boiled and then cool down to like room temperature, that's earth element. It helps you to contain the chi inside, to bring the chi back into your body. Just drinking water. There's so many things. If you just like, oh, drink water is good, but like you drink ice water all the time, you're gonna kill your spleen, you know. Tier number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenet number two, Charlie Hotel Golf. Well, Sergeant, I think most people who just drink a lot of water, like the doctor say, oh, you need to have at least 4 cups of 4 glass of water every day to stay hydrated. It's like stupid people who just drink ginger all the time. Oh, I've already knows. Let me grab some ginger. Like ginger is just magical, one shot cure all thing. When no, you're just stupid. You don't know what's going on. So you're just reverting back to patterns, and formulas. Oh, I've already knows. Just chuck something in it. Let me get some ginger. Stick some garlic in my nose. It's ridiculous. Like my dad is a diabetic, and well, he lives on a farm, and he was out doing some work, and like he got stuck by a rusty needle, and they carried him into the hospital, and they actually chopped off his whole bloody foot. Now, if I was there, I would have been like, yo, let him die. If he die, he die. Not because I don't like my dad, but I'm thinking, you really want to go through the rest of your life at this age with one leg? Nah, fuck that. If you're dead, you're dead. Let me take him home. At least he'll die in a nice, comfortable place. But I wasn't there. My mom and my sister was there. So, I mean, they're not really as strong-willed or uh, as determined as I am, but yeah, the doctors just saw something and was like, yeah, we need to chop it off. It looked like is going to his heart. Well, all right, cool. He dead, he dead. It is what it is. At least you don't have to go through life with one leg. That kind of dumb shit that people do. So the medical institution is just a bunch of quackery as far as I'm concerned. I mean, there is things that we can use, but it's rare and few in between. You'll find somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, and they're not just trying to go in the book and look for a symptom, and try to and just apply it. Is like copy and paste. And I think it's really well, we're really lucky to have the information here and how we're learning it. We're not just trying to memorize all the formulas. We're not just trying to look for patterns. Like no, if you do the pulse check, if you understand the nine star theory in conjunction with the elements, you have a really good understanding of what's transpiring. It's not like a guessing game. It's not like charades. Oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. It's like nah, it have none of that here. It have no guessing game. This is what is going on, and that kind of clarity is very very difficult to come across because, like I said, even with the concept of Western science, they themselves always changing. There's always something new. There's always something updating, and there's nothing wrong with things changing and updating. Because there's always a better or new way to do something. But they're updating. If for me, it feels like they're updating the guessing game. Like yeah, we're guessing how this was working. Now we're gonna guess a different way how it's gonna work when there's no time, there's no clarity, there's no thought behind it, or no form of proper logic. The logic behind how they do stuff is false or misunderstood. But yeah, that's my rant for today. Thing at number 2, Charlie with golf.
That leads to me remember a trend. People are so into the Western way of like eating supplement, and they will buy like garlic powder or garlic whatever, and then they promote like this is good for your health. Health is like a general word that is, it can mean anything. Good for health. Eh? Eat more garlic. It's good for the heart. It prevents heart disease. No, it doesn't. But the problem is, like you just eat it because you think it's good for you. You don't care about your condition, right? Like, what about like you're not in the condition to eat too much of that? No, they don't care. Right? It's good for you. You just eat it. And yeah, they promote things like that. So there are what they label as healthy food, like you say, the ginger, right? Oh yeah, ginger. How can it be bad? Eat more. It's so stupid. Ah, yeah. Once you understand the theory of like what we are actually doing when we eat, then like it's actually the flavor, the taste, the way you cook, and everything that changes the chi. The chi goes into you. It moves your chi differently, and when it kills the operation power of your system, you get sick. That's basically what it is. So instead of memorizing, what food is good for what, you analyze it. Like even as a new food, like you give me a blend of tea, all you need to do is put the tea in your mouth, taste it, and then you look at what kind of flavor do you find. Okay, this thing is sweet. It's supposed to go into my spleen. I know already. It has a tiny hint of spiciness like ginger. Okay, so I don't even need to know is it ginger or what that makes it spicy. It's spicy. It goes into my lung. And then I feel like a little bit of bitter. Okay, it goes into my heart, but it's not sour. Okay, yeah. So it's mostly sweet. Okay, so this thing is good for my spleen. It goes into my spleen. Okay, I know. That's how we look at things. So you don't need to memorize the ingredient because it's just that they're producing the different flavor. If you drink a herbal tea and it's very sour, then it's like straight ahead going into the liver, right? It work on the liver. So that's why it's sour. So yeah, it's if you don't have that herb, you can always like use other things to make the sour, right? So yeah, tier number 2, Delta November Golf.
Ticket number 2, Delta November Golf. Yeah, John. Uh, I think it's kind of like so you said like I have to like make a warm the red wine to have like coming out like a sweet from and also bitter taste from the wine. Yeah, I'm gonna doing it today probably. And yeah, so it's everything daily we have to check ourselves. So kind of like reviewing and analyzing. So how we can like pushing down the chi that make us sick and make it like all is in the harmony in that sense. So yeah, uh, is the question is if you eat like a pickle like that, like a like a wing. She like to eat like sour like that. I used to like to eat like also like pickle like kimchi from the like the Korean, the cucumber like that. So is that I thought it's good for your it's like a what is that called? It's like a yogurt in a sense. Uh, is that good for you? I know it's if you are like eating a lot of, it's not gonna be good for you, right? But if probably if our body like hot and have a lot of like hot chi, and then we can push down with the eating like a cold pickle like that. Is that good? Yeah, back to you, net control. Unit number 2, Delta November Golf.
Pickle, kimchi, fermented food, yogurt. These things are negative property. They are the water property in 5 element. Okay. Now, what is the flavor? because kimchi, there are so many different types, right? Like there are sweet potato type, there are sour type, spicy type, right? So depending on the flavor, it will talk to different organs. So if you eat the typical kimchi that is spicy, it goes to the lung, right? If it eat like a sweet potato, that one is going to the spleen, right? If you eat one that is like, like pickle, cucumber, right? It might be sour. It goes into the liver. So it depends on the flavor. Okay, so now you have the flavor going into the organ. Now, the property of water is going to work on that organ. So water property goes into an organ, it cools down the chi. So it basically go into that, and it kind of like slow down that organ. So if you eat too much, that organ is going to get into a problem where it stops functioning. It's too cold, right? It's going to hurt that organ. So let's say you eat spicy red kimchi cabbage, right? So it goes to your lung. If you eat a lot of that, then your lung is going to get cold. When the lung get cold, you always have like you're walking around and you're like like that, right? Like that. So yeah, you always have like those short of air kind of feeling, right? So yeah, it's not a great idea to eat like always that. But you don't just eat a whole meal with just kimchi, right? So you usually combine with other things. That is fine. For example, the spiciness, like you're eating spicy hot pot, right? So the whole soup base is spicy, right? And you have some beef, chicken, or whatever in it, right? So the spicy, it's going in and it's hot, right? It's boiling, or maybe you're like barbecue, it's frying up like fire element. Now that thing balances it, then it become not as bad. So if you eat like Korean BBQ, which they grill on the fire, right? So the whole cooking is fire chi. If you don't eat kimchi, that will be too much fire for your lung. Then you become the lung getting heated, right? So your lung get exhausted. So you use the kimchi to balance out that fire chi. The same flavor, balance the same thing. So that way you're not going to get too hot. But if you eat too much kimchi, you become too cold. So yeah, there we go. Tier number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
Ticket number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha. So I understand that, Western medicine has a very passive attitude towards the body. Actually, like fever and stuff, they either go one of two directions, either suppress it or remove it. It's one of the two things. And fever can actually be a good thing, but, that's how they look at it. So the body responds by expressing like different symptoms as a result of whatever you do to it. So if these things that we're talking about physically that we can do to ourselves and produce these symptoms or lessen the symptoms back towards a better flow of qi, then is it possible that the body reacts sometimes by producing a mental effect that isn't necessarily yi or some kind of spiritual attack? Would the body have the ability to produce some sort of unwanted mental condition as a result of this illness in the body, if that's possible? Is that possible? Yes, 10 yet number 4, Hotel Alpha Alpha.
No, your feeling, your mental your mental side, any thoughts or feelings or whatever you want to call that, the mind, right? It's all based on your ghost alter doing stuff to process, right? So Yeah, like all that feeling of senses is all about the chi. It's generated by the chi. So if you look at it based on the chi, it will not just go, oops, why is it doing this? Surprise! Your chi just decided to give you a shock today. No, it's not like that. Okay. Your chi feel like that, it will give you the feeling of soul. It's never a fail. There's no guessing. No guessing. There's no oops. There's no accident. It's always the same. Okay, so it's like you go near the fire, you get hot. You go near the ice, you get cold. It's never changing, right? It's not going to change. So if you look at everything based on the chi first, then anything else, like is it good for the heart, the liver, or your eyes, or your hair, right? Those things are just the end result. They're just like because the chi is like this, that's why everything else follows because they're like linked. So if you look at like, oh, why am I having hair loss, right? Yeah, hair loss belongs to this chi, right? So it belongs to the lung. The lung is the go chi. So when your go chi is having issue, right, you have hair loss. You don't have enough go chi to support the hair because go chi give birth to like your lung, and then your lung give birth to your small intestine, and then give birth to your hair, and so on and so on, right? So it all rooted from go, water, wood, fire, earth. It all rooted from there as the number one station, which is the chi. Okay, so if you have issue with the five element chi, whatever happened later, they are like the flowers only. But we look at the seed, right? Like we look at the seed. That's the chi. It gives birth to everything else. Once you understand how it relates, then you know what to do. It's very simple. Tier number two, Kilo Alpha India.
Unit number 2, Kilo Alpha India. I'm having a problem with my teeth now. I don't know if there's something significant. I'm keep on losing all my teeth, bit by bit, even the good one. Um, I haven't got into the book, but I just saw it did mention something like bones and stuff. Uh, and I'm desperate to get into that information, but since I'm here, I would like to ask because I haven't read, I haven't go through the book yet. So if there's any information I can get, I would appreciate. And there's another question I wanted to ask, like the internal organs, like if they were damaged or injured because of the exercise or any other issues, like for example, that could cause that. Is it possible, like to repair them if they are not damaged, like physically, or so? I'm not sure if my question is like not in a physical form, like uh, is it possible to repair that part if that is damaged? Tina number 2, Kilo Alpha India, back to you.
Okay, I'll answer the organ part. If you injure the organ, as in like the organ we are talking about, then yeah, you can fix the chi up. You can push more resources to grow it. You can just basically there are like five different types of chi, right? So you can shove more chi in. You can push out the bad chi. Right? You can repair it. If you're having issue with the physical organ, then you need to find food to eat. Okay, eating the same organ of different animals will help the chi inside you, especially the spleen, to push more help to the physical side and grow that part of your body. So if you have a liver physically having a liver issue, right? You can eat more liver, like beef liver, and it will help to grow your liver or heal your physical liver. If you have like a physical lung issue, like you're a smoker, then you eat some beef lung or something, and that will help because it pushes the spleen to go and power up the body to grow that part more. So eating the same part of an animal will ask your spleen to give more power or resources to grow that part of your body. So yeah, like if you have issue with your leg, you can eat more legs. Like they have like all kinds of legs out there, like chicken leg, pig legs, right, like that. So yeah, tier number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
Tenure at number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf. Sajwan, Hashaja kind of inspired a question for me. So, for example, like, does the elements affect a particular race or their offspring, pertaining to like how it's transmitted to them or inherited from the parents? So, for example, like most African Americans, they are very athletic and they tend to eat a lot of they tend to eat a lot of fried foods. I know fried foods tend to boost your energy, gives you more energy. And is that a trait because of the culture? Because they in their culture they eat a lot of fried foods, fried chicken, fried this, and it helps with their athleticism or their physical body and its growth. Is that also affecting the phenotype, how the body expresses itself in the physical matter, because the food that they're eating is impacting their celestial organs? Is that a thing? And I had another question, but it just eluded me there, so you'll probably come back to me on my next thing. But back to you, Tenet number 2, Charlie Hotel Golf.
First of all, fry is only the way to cook the food, but fry is not a flavor. So it depends on the flavor. Usually, if you like fried chicken and stuff, it's like salty. So salty goes to the kidney. Fry is fire. So it goes to the kidney and tells the kidney to manifest, to to output the power, right? To spend the power, to burn it. So if you keep eating those things all the time, just talking about fried stuff, then it will make your system overheat. It will exhaust that organ. Okay, so eventually, if you eat that all the time, your kidney is going to get fried too. So you basically exhaust your organ. It does not help you to be athletics. No, it doesn't. Okay, athletics or not, like you want to do sport or not. First of all, it's based on your heart. Do you want to do? If I don't want to, no matter what I eat, it's not going to make me sporty, right? But if I'm doing sport, what kind of sport is it? Like running, shooting? What does it require more? If it requires focus more, you need more go chi, right? If it requires patience, you need more of the water chi. If it requires endurance, you need the wood chi to cheer you up. If it requires explosive power, like boxing or whatever, you need more fire, right? So there's so many different sport. It depends on what kind of sport. You can't say sport as in like one thing, right? So many sport. The more of whatever chi you need, you can always get it from food, get it from music, get it from whatever. Like the more of that kind of chi, it helps you to be more like that. But you say like just eating more fried food, it doesn't make you more sporty. Definitely not. There's a lot of lazy bum up there that just eat fried chicken and play video game. Tier number 2, Delta November.
Unit number 2, Delta November Golf. Yes, Chajan. Sometimes when you are when the cold weather come in and like the bone kind of like a chill like that, is what kind of symptom? I mean, what kind of chi is that to affecting like the bone? Sometimes when or probably we have to do the injured, before, or we have a surgery using like, usually maybe the doctor puts like a metal inside. I don't know, but sometimes when when the call coming, like all the before our injury or before our hurt, and then sometimes it's kind of like a the bone is kind of like a feeling cold like that. So uh, yeah, I just wonder what is that cause. Back to you, net consortium ya number 2 di atas November Go.
You mean like you feel cold and then the body shakes? So there are two ways you have to feel. One is you shake and then you get cold. One is you shake the cold off. Okay, two things are different. So basically, it's the yi crab or the cold chi is entering you or exiting you. When it passes through your positive soul layer outside, like the fasan, right? If it passes through that, you feel that moment where it kind of like enters your pores. So it feels like something like whoosh and then like go in or out. So yeah, that can happen when there's yi crab, when there's like wind or kochi, it can happen too. So it depends. Sometimes yi crab want to possess someone. It will have that effect as well. So like suddenly you get cold and then you shiver and then feel cold afterward. That means the yi crab entered you already. But if you like feel cold, shiver, and then it's off, that means the stuff exit you, right? So it really depends. Yeah, if it enters you, not a good sign. Okay, there is so much more to talk about, but time is limited. So we'll end the net here. It is already 2:04 p.m. Giving you all 73. We'll see you back online or on net B today. So yeah, TN number 9, Yankee Uniform Echo is clear.